Mercy Watson goes for a ride. Chapter 1. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson have a pig named Mercy. Every Saturday, Mrs. Watson makes a special lunch. Time for our little Saturday something, Mrs. Watson says. You've outdone yourself, Mrs. Watson. Mr. Watson says. Oink, says Mercy. Every Saturday after lunch, Mr. Watson goes outside. Mercy follows him. They stand in the driveway. Together, they admire Mr. Watson's
convertible. Convertible car is like something like this kind of car that you can open the roof. Convertible. All right.
Are you ready? Asks Mr. Watson. Wink, says Mercy. Mr. Watson opens the passenger door. Mercy hops into the car. She sits behind the wheel. She snuffles contentedly.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
No?
Says Mr. Watson every Saturday. You, my dear, are a
porcine wonder? I don't know what it is.
Porcine wonder. But even porcine wonders cannot drive cars. Mr. Watson gently pushes Mercy toward the passenger seat. But Mercy does not move. She does not want to sit in the passenger seat. Mercy Watson wants to drive. Says Mr. Watson.
Honey, porcine is this. Porcine is like 돼지 같은. All right.
He pushes less gently.
Mm-hmm.
Scoot over, my dear. Mercy does not move. Help me! Mr. Watson calls out. Every Saturday, Mrs. Watson steps outside.
Darling,
says
Mrs. Watson
says, if you let Mr. Watson drive, I will make you an extra helping of hot buttered toast. I will have it waiting for you when you get back home. Mercy narrows her eyes. She loves hot buttered toast. She also loves extra helpings.
Yes.
Slowly, very slowly, she moves over to the passenger side. What a dear, says Mrs. Watson. She claps her hands. You are such a good sport, darling.
Yes.
Yes, says Mr. Watson. She most certainly is. He gets into the car and sits behind the wheel. He turns the key in the ignition. The Watson convertible rumbles to right.
Chapter 3.
Bon voyage.
Bon voyage. 잘 갔다 와요. 출발.
Mrs. Watson calls. Bon voyage, my dears. When you get home, we will all have hot buttered toast. Goodbye, Mrs. Watson, Mr. Watson shouts. He backs the car out of the driveway very quickly. He does not look behind him. Mr. Watson is a forward-looking man.
Wow.
He does not believe in looking back.
Oh, no.
Wink, says Mercy. Already she is having a good time. And we're off, says Mr. Watson. We're off an adventure.
We're off on an adventure. Chapter 4. Eugenia Lincoln and Baby Lincoln live next door to the Watsons. Every Saturday, the Lincoln sisters watch Mercy and Mr. Watson back out of the driveway.
Every Saturday, Eugenia is
displeased, not happy.
Mr. Watson is a very bad driver, she says. He is a
menace
behind the wheel.
Menace. Do you know what menace means?
Yes, sister, says baby.
Menace. Menace means someone who is not kind of threatening. Like not a good person, though.
Yes, furthermore, says Eugenia, it is my firm opinion that pigs should not be taken for rides in automobiles. Particularly
that pig.
That pig is a sly pig. I do not trust her. No, sister, says baby. Baby looks down the road. The car has disappeared. Mr. Watson and Mercy are gone. Folly, says Eugenia Lincoln. She shakes her fist. It is folly, I say. Yes, sister, says baby. But certainly, secretly, baby Lincoln thinks that a little folly wouldn't be a bad thing.
Who's little sister and who's baby?
Baby, big sister.
Ah, but she doesn't look like a baby.
Yeah.
But why do they call her baby? Because she's the last one?
Yeah.
Youngest one?
But she's the grandma.
Oh, yeah. Chapter 5. One Saturday, Mrs.
Watson made a special lunch. After lunch, Mr. Watson and Mercy went outside. Everything happened just as it always did.
Just as it always did.
Every Saturday on Dackaroo Drive. What folly, said Eugenia Lincoln, as usual. That nonsense.
What nonsense?
She paused. Eugenia waited for baby to say, yes, sister. The baby said nothing. Baby said nothing because baby wasn't not there.
Chapter 6.
Officer Tomilo sat in his police
cruiser.
A pink
convertible
sped past him.
Very fast.
Was that a pig, Officer Tomilo?
Tomilo asked himself.
Yes, it was. He answered himself. That most certainly was a pig.
Is it illegal
to take a pig for a ride? Officer Tomilo asked himself. I don't believe it is, he answered himself. It is unusual, he continued. But unusual
does not equal
illegal. However, it is
illegal. It is. You have to.
It is illegal to speed, and that vehicle was definitely speeding. Officer Tomilo turned on his flashing lights. He pulled out onto the highway. He followed the car with the pig in it.
That's okay. You can stop here.